Good morning. 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 Hey, y'all. Listen, y'all know the drill. Come on, say with me. Wake up and win. Wake up and win. Wake up and win. Good morning. I am your girl, Dr. Najuma, and thank you for joining us for our Wake Up and Win Live daily win word broadcast. I use this time to come on in the mornings to share with you a daily win word, a word that I believe or I'm hoping will help you to do a few things, but most importantly, to get back out there and win. But before we get into today's win word, let me reintroduce myself. I am Reverend Dr. Najuma. I'm a pastor, but I'm also a spiritual life coach. I do a lot of activism work, and I'm also a mother who has lost a son to gun violence. And so I use this platform and the Daily Win Word to offer to anyone listening that what I know for sure is that you can go through a major loss, restore, recover, rebuild, and get back out there and win again. Wake Up and Win was birthed following the loss of my son, as I too had to go through the process of getting back up, restoring, rebuilding, renewing my life, my mind, my heart, to get back out there in life and win again. And I know that can happen for you too. So if you've gone through any kind of major loss, if you're dealing with any kind of grief, you can go through a major loss, rebuild, restore, recover, renew, and get back out there and win again. So let's get into today's win word. So today's win word is in honor of our dear TikTok beloved sister, Arisa Tisa, who has taken TikTok by storm with her series on her playlist series on Who Did I Marry? Who MF Did I Marry? And she takes the world on this journey through marrying the person who she calls is a psychopathic liar, a pathological liar. I'm sorry, pathological liar. Um, and so, and it's quite interesting, and there are lots of opinions about that series. And if you're interested, if you're curious, go check it out. TikTok, Risa Tisa, and you can learn more about her. But one of the things that is brought to that I'm aware of when I see all the posts and reposts, all the conversation about this particular series is she's just telling her story. She's not using any magical backgrounds. She's just telling her story, and she's a great storyteller. The way in which she takes her time and she shares with you details. She is a great storyteller, and she knows how to, keep you listening with the cliffhangers. Um, Whether it's all factual or not, I don't know. I'm not invested in the actual story itself. But here's what I do know for sure is that our stories are power. The way in which the world is talking about this kind of relationships, these kinds of relationships, the way the world is talking about how to re-engage with TikTok on a whole nother level. She has introduced a new thing because they were doing playlists before, but just how you keep people interested in your playlist and just all these really magical things. Um, all because she's just telling her story. Now she's intentional about her storytelling, and she actually says that I want to be intentional. I want to be truthful. I want to be detailed. I want to, take you on this journey, the process. So she's telling you very clearly what she's doing. I'm being very intentional in how I'm telling my story, and so on and so forth. Now, here is where I want to tap into something that she has figured out, that a lot of people have figured out, that our stories have power. And for those of you that have gone through any kind of loss, and I also share with people, not in addition to losing my son, I also was going through a divorce. So it was trauma upon trauma. But I really want to just encourage you all. Part of even why I do Wake Up and Win is to share a little bit of my story and the things I'm learning as a result of the journey, right? But our stories have power. Our stories are powerful. Our stories need to be told. Our stories need to be shared. And what I'm learning when I share my story, and this is something even she says, it's cathartic, it's helpful, it heals, it's life changing, and it's also empowering for somebody else. And so, for those that follow along with Wake Up and Win, um, I want to encourage you to find a platform, find a way, find some friends, find a journal, find a book, find something and share your story. Our stories are power, not just powerful, but they are power. The way in which our stories can influence, the way in which our stories can change people, the way in which our stories inspire and motivate and move people, the way our stories literally change how we engage things. Our stories are power. And I want to, and you might be thinking, oh, my story's humdrum. I don't have anything to share. It's not exciting, so on and so forth. It's not about whether it's exciting. It's about people want to know stories. We are wired to be interested in the stories of others. I don't know why, we just are. We are wired to buy into stories. We are wired to even listen and engage stories. So our stories are power. They should be truthful, honest stories. There should be a point to the story. Like, I went in the kitchen, made a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Maybe not leaving much of a story. You have to understand what a story actually includes. Like, there's elements to a story, right? But I want to encourage you, those who've gone through any kind of trauma, any kind of trauma, any kind of challenge. One of the ways that we reclaim our power, reclaim ourselves, having gone through a trauma of any kind, is in sharing our story. And again, you don't have to do it the way she's done it. You don't have to do it the way you don't even have to do it the way I'm doing it. But I do want to offer that your story is power, and that someone can be blessed by your story, and that someone can be motivated, inspired by your story, and your story can, in some aspects, even be an opportunity for you. That's what Risa Teese is learning. People are trying to calculate how much money she's made off TikTok. But there are other ways people are using their stories in their career path. And so I want to encourage you, invite you to know that your story is power. Don't just sit on a powerful story. Don't diminish your story. Your story is power. And so, in your season of rebuilding, restoring, renewing, know that one of the ways we get back up and we get out there and win again is to share our stories, because your story is power. And because I believe in that so much, I'm creating a platform that will allow family members, friends to share stories about going through grief and losing their loved ones. And so, because stories are power, that's coming. So when that's up, it'll be announced here first on our Wake Up and Win show. But I am creating a story platform. People can share their stories, learn how to write their stories, tell their stories. I am a writer, I'm an author. And so our stories are power. Get back out there and win. And one of the ways to win is to share your story. Even if it's just to a few friends, a small group, your story is power. So don't diminish your story. Don't put down your story. Don't negate your story. Your story is power. All right. So thank you for being tuned in for another broadcast of Wake Up and Win live with your girl, Dr. Najuma. Know that today your story is power. I pray that you share it. I pray that you find the courage and allow the sharing to be cathartic for you, and to also be empowering and even a financial blessing in some respects, right? Right. So yeah, your story is power. My story is power. Our stories are power. And we'll see you tomorrow. Nope, we'll see you Monday, tomorrow morning. Nope, Monday morning. Today is Saturday. We see you Monday morning for another broadcast of Wake Up and Win. I'm out, y'all. Peace.